Well, good evening, folks. It's the last Airfix and Chill of the year. I hope you're all well and keeping yourself warm because it hasn't been very warm out in the mornings and in the evenings. But we've got quite a lot of folks in the chat. I've invited Nigel on tonight because I thought we could do like a bit of an end of the year review, so we can talk about the kits that we've built together and the releases of some of the manufacturers. And I'm going to put out there, I think Airfix have done absolutely blinding this year with some of their releases and going in a different sort of strategy, which I think's been working. The releases we didn't even know about, unless you're Jadlam. But anyway,
do not mention the J word.
No, I know. It's funny that, isn't it?
Yeah, you'll spawn Satan.
So yeah, we're going to talk about the releases and what's really gone on this year in scale modeling, because I think as a scale modeler, in the idea of scale modeling, I think we've had some of the most fantastic releases. Tamiya with their F35 has come out, absolutely stonking looking kit. I haven't got one on me yet. I've got one on order. But all the reviews I've seen, and I've seen Spencer Pollard's build of his through his channel, I think that's an absolutely fantastic one. The Sea King from Airfix, outstanding. The Gannet that was promised in January, now we've got it. Now, we're going to talk about these things tonight, but we'll start off with the big question. Put it in the chat as well. Also, if you've got a point to raise, put a comment in the chat. If you've got a question, make sure you put question in capital so we can see it. So anyways, here we go. We'll start off with Alex because he's the shop owner and the man in the know. What's been your thoughts of the releases this year? Have you been impressed? Has anything excited you? Anything caught your fancy that you wouldn't thought you would have even built or even bought?
I think the standout for me, I'm building the Gannis at the moment, and it's a fantastic kit. But for me, the Sea King was the one that really stood out to me. Part of that, I think, was the whole way it was released. It was a surprise announcement. They did the press day. And just hearing Airfix's kind of enthusiasm and the explanation of how they go into things. Again, helicopter's not my thing. Sea King, if you just asked me as a poll, what was your favorite helicopter in in the last, since history of aviation, Sea King probably wouldn't have been there. But it was a really enjoyable build. It's a beautiful kit. Even though I got a tiny short shot on mine, that didn't really spoil the experience for me. And I think that one for me stands out above and beyond the others. Even the Gannet, which I think is arguably a better kit. But the Sea King for me, I think, is the high point. Certainly from Airfix. And they've done quite a lot this year, And again, I agree with you, Master. We talked about this before. I think the surprise releases, keeping that sustained enthusiasm through the year and giving us some little tidbits through. I think that really works. I really like it. I don't like the fact that certain certain retailers get it first. I think that's wrong. We'll see if Airfix keep doing that. But yeah, for me, they've done a really good job this year. I think. I hope they carry on next year.
Yeah, I agree. Point out, I think because the Sea King Gannet is the one for me, right? Because we were talking about this last year where we had I thought the Anson was Airfix's kit of the year. The reason it was overshadowed was because of the Spitfire Mark 124. Because it was a big kit. If they say they released, any other kit, the Anson was up there and it got foreshadowed. And this time, I think the Gannet and the Sea King, I would love to have if they brought them out at the same time just to see which one got the edge. I agree with you. I think the Sea King got the edge for me over the Gannet. But then again, the build, and I think my thought on that is because the builds that I've seen of the Sea King, there's a lot more going on within the Sea King than there is in the Gannet, So I think on part, I think they're the same in parts, aren't they? When you actually build it, it's only because of you've got the option of folded wings that you've got the extra part. But
Well,
you
I don't
know,
know, because they've got, and I don't know again whether they did this post seeking, whether the tools were already finalized, or whether they actually did this. Again, it has weapons. It has a lot of weapons. I mean, it's an entire sprue of just weapons.
yeah,
They also have 3 pilot figures, which was interesting given the conversations that we had in June. So, I mean, I think they're terrible pilot figures, by the way, but that's besides the point, right? They've got pilot figures.
yeah,
So you also get, and again, Airfix have been doing this quite a bit. You get 2 front canopies. One with windscreen wiper, one without, if you want to use etched brass. So again, thinking of how we're making the models.
yeah,
You get 2 full sets of wings. So you don't have to mess about cutting a wing to make it folded, or putting like 3 bits together to make a full wing. They've given you you get 2 sprues, basically 2 sprue frames, which are the folded wings, plus the stabilizers and bit.
yeah,
And then another one, which is the full unfolded wings. So they give you a lot of options. There's also flaps options, so you can have flaps up or down, landing gear, obviously, Bombay. The Bombay is stunning, I think. For me, the surprise highlight of the kit was the Bombay. It was just like so detailed, and all those weapons. So its part count, I think, is justified. I don't think they bloated it, just by having the wings separate. But
okay. Well, somebody did say, could you just buy an extra fuselage aft because you could make another plane out of the kit? What about you then, Sully, as a 48er? Because I said this year's been Airfix in the 48 in scale 1 to 48. Obviously, you've done your seeking, and an amazing job you've done on that. I was actually talking to someone the other day, and I just said, I said to him, I goes, if you look, he's actually put lights in that, and they didn't realize you had put lights inside that seeking. And then when you announce that to someone and say, look, there's lights in here, they'll turn around and go, that's why it makes it look so good, is the interior lights, especially when you can see the rooster houses, or the houses inside the thing. But so do you think Airfix for you this year for 148 without seeking and other releases?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I mean, I'll pretty much echo Alex. To be fair, I mean, I've loved the fact that they've done these sort of secret announces, random stuff just being chucked out. The Sea King, I mean, I'm again similar to Alex. I'm not big on helicopters. I've always liked the Sea King, but but when that got thrown out, I was like, I'm getting it, and I pretty much pre-ordered it instantly.
Yeah,
because like, I've got to do that. It looks awesome and everything like that. I mean, I'd already pre-ordered the Ganny at the start of the year, which has been looking forward to all year. And again, like Alex, it hasn't disappointed. It's a stunning kit, and I think it is. I think it is better than the Sea King, because of all the options that you've got for it. Like it says, you've got the wing options, the loadout options, the flaps, and all that sort of stuff. And you've even got, because you've got the pilots, they even give the option for wheels up. You'll have to make your own stand, obviously. But that's still an option, and that can give more scope for it as well. For people doing stuff, they can do some nice, flying dioramas or whatever, But it's just been awesome, and the instructions are really good for it. I've yet to find an issue.
It's going together really well. I gotta say, I saw Pramjit on Flory Models is talking about the Gannet, and he had the prototype there, and it was all together, and it was like he took it all apart again. It was all dry fit. He dry fitting it all together. I just thought that was absolutely.
It is doable, because I mean I did quite a lot of dry fitting, and it pretty much stayed together.
Yeah.
I mean, as we were saying before the stream, I haven't, and I'm not going to glue the tailplane on because it doesn't need doing, and I'm probably not going to bother with the main wings again because they sit perfectly together. and I think I said it last week, but I think I said it off stream. I will go out on a limb and say it's close to being Tamiya and Edard level.
Who else has said that?
Oh, yeah.
There's been a few that have said that, haven't they? I think it was Nigel who said.
I think we were having a discussion afterwards. I think we were.
Yeah.
After the stream.
And he said that, you know, in one of his videos, I'm sure it was the Gannet, he said quite clearly, he said, this is Tamiya quality.
Yeah.
And I
think no doubt. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said within 3 years, 2 years ago, that the Airfix will come out with stuff that would be on par with Tamiya. But I think Tamiya's lost their way a little way. You know, what have they released this year that's really, you know, you watch Nigel's review about their ambulance, the 140 ambulance, sink marks.
Absolute howler.
It's a howler. You know, it's and also I really believe that you need to start looking at licensing and actually giving credit to the brands. Where Airfix went with the Austin and they paid the license fee, Tamiya have gone cheap and just called it World War II ambulance, haven't they? Or something like that. I know Airfix has done it with
They've based it on an earlier version of the Austin K2Y, so it's got the round ventilators on the top.
Yeah, but isn't that wrong? Wasn't the vents wrong or something in it, if I remember right? There's something wrong with it.
There's absolutely no interior in the back end, so you can't pose it with the doors open.
Yeah. So, and I just think they've lost their way, you know. But then again, the F-35's come out, and it does look good. I've seen Spencer Pollard build. That's been amazing. I thought Mini Art have released some good stuff this year, but then again, I wouldn't personally buy Mini Art because I just think that it's over part. You know, it's just, you know, why build it in 8 parts when 2 or 3 will do? So, not much from Revell this year either. What they released this year, Revell wise? I'm trying to think.
They did the DB5, which is a snap kit. That's new tool. They did the Mandalorian Starfighter. I think that
which
was
is very good.
Which is very good.
Yeah.
But several of their releases that were slated for 2023 have moved into 2024. So the Gloucester Meteor, the Platinum Edition one, and the 1144 scale U-boat, both now looking at 2024. So
yeah. So they've had a bit of a lax of release as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
Because Airfix are a bit late with their Buccaneer. I still reckon that's going to be first week of January. I reckon that Buccaneer will see like the RAF version. You know, I don't think you'll see that soon. Mind you, the box art's just only been released this week. They did a workbench, and they didn't have the box art for that RAF Buccaneer at all. I thought it was there, but it was actually the 172nd that they were showing in the picture. But they've just released it out, but I don't think so. That won't be seen till at least the first week of January for that RAF Buccaneer. We're still waiting for the Rotodyne from Airfix. Just trying to think of kits that we're waiting for. Is it the Meteor from Revell is going to come out? And it's going to be like 100 odd quid, isn't it? Is it 148 Meteor, isn't it?
32nd, I think.
1/32 scale Meteor. That would be interesting to look, but would you spend 140 or whatever quid it is on it? Like, you know?
No, but it is their Platinum Edition one, which, you know, means it's got a whole bunch of photo etch and stuff.
Yeah.
I would wait until it comes down in price, because Revell is notorious for doing that.
Definitely. Just trying to think of other main ones. Let's move on to Hella. It's Miss Modler there. Are you there? Are you eating still, Lexi, or are you in the chat?
I'm here.
I can tell you, Hella haven't released anything new this year.
No, nothing new. What about Miss Modler? Have you been? You were waiting on some bits from Hella, weren't you? Which one was you waiting for to be released?
Oh dear. So Hello were meant to release their big comeback kit this year, which looks like it's probably going to be delayed till next year. But I'm okay with that because
was that the E2? Was that the E2?
Yeah, I've been going on the website constantly checking on it. But it's still coming soon, which doesn't surprise me because that is the hella way, is just to be late. But they've done a lot of other good releases this year, which is nice. But I think Italeri were the one I was really excited for the AMX, because that was meant to come out like literally 11 years ago when they announced it, and it's finally come out this year.
Wow. I don't remember seeing that being announced.
It was in the Atari brochure, but it wasn't one of the big releases, despite the fact it's been one that people have wanted for ages, and they've announced like 3 times and then just never released it. So it's that was one I was looking forward to. I think the most non-Airfix wise this year. But I'm very happy that Hella have had a good year overall as well. So
yeah, they need to get back into it, don't they? They had a car and a trailer and all sorts, and none of it's come to fruition, has it? So, but maybe this is what happened years ago when Airfix was bought out originally by Humbrol. It was like there was like a gap in them in before they found their feet and moved on and started releasing models and stuff again. So
yeah, I mean, some of Hella stuff's come out. It's just not all of it has come out yet.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to make a wild assumption that they've not done new tools for ages. So I'm assuming making loads of new tools is probably quite a lot for them.
Yeah. But did he not say in the video that he was, or the company were actually clearing up a lot of the old tools, getting them ready for re-release? If I remember right.
They've been doing what like Vintage Classics have been doing, basically.
Yeah.
So like older toolings have been getting cleaned up, and you can normally tell on the box, because the box will say like released originally then, and then there'll be like a thing on it saying when it was re-released, and then it normally looks much better after then. And all them Hella Museum series are also much better, and the most of them are from the year before.
Yeah. So, James, any thoughts on the releases that have come out? Anything that's taken your fancy at all?
Well, actually, I'm gonna throw an absolute curveball here. See the 172nd kits, the starter kit, like the F35B, lovely kit, and the ME410.
The 410,
which is a surprise.
That was another surprise release, wasn't it, from Airfix?
Yeah.
I've got to say the 110. Well, we kind of knew that was on its way anyway, didn't we? We kind of knew that it was coming. 2 years ago, and then when it did turn out just before Scale Model World, I think they paid a blinder. There was so much talk about it on the day, and people were looking at it. And I think it's really good for the model shops as well, because they've got they look for the release in January, we know what's coming, and then they're all anticipating what's going to all the ones that have been announced, and then when you get a shock one like that, the Airfix did there was a lot of model shops that did have it in stock on that day when they announced it. I think that was
I'm biting a pen here, Moss.
I know you are. I know you're biting a pen. But to be
there were only 5 retailers that were notified. Not all of them at Scale Model World were represented. So there were only a couple that actually benefited.
Yeah. But
I'll say again, it's a shit policy.
Yeah, but at the end of the
day, no more.
At the end of the day, you had a reason to go on to a certain website, whichever one you wanted to buy your kit from. You had the opportunity of buying something that you weren't expecting to buy just before Christmas. So yeah, I thought they played a blinder. The Sea King again is another one. Nobody knew. But then there was a 6-week gap between them announcing it and it getting to the shop floor. Whereas the ME410, as soon as they announced it, there was stock wherever you wanted to buy it from, in theory.
And there was masking sets within a few days as well.
Yeah, exactly. And I've got the set here for them.
Yeah.
That's the masking set for the ME410.
I've got the same set, yeah.
Yeah, CT scale. You know,
I think the thing is though, with like a kit like the Sea King, is because of the price point, it's probably not an impulse buy for a lot of people. So having a delay between the announcement, the press release and the hype and stuff, and then having some reviews and things come out, I think is quite a good strategy for a larger kit, around the 50, 55 pound mark. Because some people will have to, save a little bit or won't want to like just drop the money because they'll want to see, what is the kit like. So I think having those reviews and stuff coming out and giving people a little bit of time to put that money aside is actually quite good for that. Whereas the 410, it's a smaller kit, 70-second scale, it's a lower price point. When it was announced at Scale Model World, or just before, it was available there. So if you really wanted it, you could buy it right there and then, which is what people did. So from that point of view, it was good. I think they also, as I said, they shot themselves in the foot a little bit with a lot of retailers with that as well. But we'll see how that carries on.
Here we go. Here's the man of the hour, Nigel. Absolute legend, helping me today.
We're not worthy
with that Posha kit or that Poker kit. It's Poker apparently, not Posha.
Can I just say something? Can
what's
I just
that, mate?
Alex was talking.
Sorry.
Let Alex finish what he was saying, please.
Sorry, Alex.
I finished.
Sorry, mate. You're finished, yeah. Hi, Nigel. Nice to see you, my friend.
Yeah, nice to see you.
How you doing, Nigel?
We were just discussing, just saying that Airfix is released this year. You said the Gannet was the kit that, if I remember rightly, was Tamiya-esque out of all the kits. You said that was it the Gannet you said was on par with Tamiya?
Yes. What I actually said was when I reviewed the Mini Art P47, which everybody is saying is absolutely awesome, except for the clear parts and stuff. What I actually said was in the review of that kit, I said, I think this is a beautiful, beautiful kit, but I think the Gannet is probably better. And I never, ever in this world thought I'd be saying that an Airfix kit is better than a Mini Art, because Mini Art are up there,
Yeah.
I can't believe it. And I saw you just now. I had to get a drink. You were just talking about that K2, the Tamiya one. I mean, what it's half the price of the Gannet. What a joke. And I've had somebody telling me on my channel that it's not St. Mark's at all, it's Shadows. No, when I run the finger across the roof, it's got tram lines in it.
Yeah.
It's apparently it's shadowing from the tooling.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that in future, Nigel. When somebody points out an error or like a mark on my kit, oh no, it's a shadow.
It's a shadow. It's a shadow.
Definitely.
The wing's broken. No, it's a shadow.
Yeah. And it's like James said, no interior. And I think I said in my review, how easy would it have been to make a couple of stretchers? It's a joke. That kit is a joke.
Could I just say, Airfix are pulling a blinder with pricing as well, right? I'm just put out there. That Spitfire 124th is £95. That must be for 1 to 24 scale. That's a brilliant price, £94.99. And I've seen it for sale now in Hobbycraft for 85 quid. I think that
Airfix again.
Yeah, they've got Airfix in. Yeah, they went on a date together, apologized to each other, and now they're
did his magic, and
and now they're back in there. But not the Humbrol paints though, for some reason. They're not in stock, just the Airfix kits.
Right.
But yeah, I just think it's been a brilliant year. I think the way we were just talking then about the release schedule of Airfix, the fact they've had, releases that sort of like we're here in January, they're going to release a Gannet. Well, the Gannet came out last month or whatever, so we've had to wait 11 months. But then they've said we've got the Sea King, here it is, bang! Within 6 weeks, it was being delivered on people's benches. The ME410, another one, They announced it on the Friday. There was people who were having it on their benches on the Saturday and picking it up from Scale Model World on that Saturday.
I don't like the way they do it.
You don't like the way they do it?
It's totally, it's inconsistent. I mean, to announce the kit on a Friday and have it, people could buy it on a Saturday. Why on earth don't they do the same as everybody else and release some, some some test shots, some good test shots for people to, get. I mean, that Sea King, you saw it at Bristol. You were there with me, Moss. Yeah. I had my Sea King there, and that's it. People were asking to buy it.
Mm.
People were really, they want it. That's how you make people want something. Show it to them.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them they can't have it. It's human nature.
But I'm sure that the way that the ME410, when they announced that on the Friday, the website crashed. The website crashed.
So what? Because everybody went to see what it was, because nobody knew what was coming.
No, I believe it was the purchase side crashed.
Mm.
Boom.
I
think by the impressions I've been getting, they'll be doing a lot more because it's worked out brilliantly for them.
I think the way they did the Sea King was the way it should be done.
What, 6 weeks in between launch and there?
Announce it, get everyone excited.
Yeah,
announce the Sea King. I mean, even the night before, you were talking about what's it going to be. And we were all like, "Oh, it's going to be a Harrier." No, it won't be that. I don't think it'll be. No, it won't be that. That's the way to do it. Get everybody excited.
Mm.
Then say, bang, this is what it is. Give people like us a kit to review on YouTube and get everybody excited. It was in all the magazines.
Yeah.
Bang, you can get it on this day.
Yeah. I think actually, on reflection, I kind of agree with Nigel's point there. Because it is human nature to kind of get excited about new releases, but then there is that bit of like, oh, but will it be good? I think for new tools, that's good. I think what they did with the SN1, whatever it's called, the hovercraft, which is a classic kit, which people know about. I think that works really well as just a surprise announcement. It's like, hey, look, we found this old tool, we've redone it, we've polished a few bits, and it's available now on the website. I think that's an ideal strategy for that, but I don't think you need 6 weeks for maybe a kit like the 410, but a few weeks, couple of weeks maybe for something like that, and then a larger one, the longer time.
Yeah.
And then maybe the instant gratification for the. I mean, if they had announced, say, the Bristol Bloodhound, if I'd seen that as a snap thing, I'd have gone straight away and bought it, because it's just like, yeah, I remember that kit and I'll buy it.
Yeah.
And I think that's a valid thing that people will do that because it is nostalgia build. Whereas new kits, depending on how much you want it, people will be a little bit more cautious, maybe. Don't know.
Yeah. What's been your kit of the year then, Nigel?
I made a couple of notes because I saw your email earlier.
Yeah.
For me, the kit of the year is definitely the 1/8 Poker Lamborghini. I've got to be honest.
Have you seen the size of it, man?
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's not plastic. It doesn't count.
It is plastic. You have to use.
It's not mostly plastic.
Yeah, it's big, isn't it? Yeah.
It's absolutely massive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's about 1/8 the size of a real one, I think.
Yeah. I've told him.
Souped up Skoda.
I don't know.
For me, my kit this year, well, I've kind of got. I think for me, my kit this year is the A20 from Hong Kong models.
Yes.
Because it was so much better than I expected.
Right.
It really is. I mean, it's got a couple of little inaccuracies, but it's brilliant. And the plastic is wonderful. The instructions, I mean, it's here on the bench and I'm working on it now. It's lovely. I think it's slightly overpriced, but it is lovely. I mean, look at those beautiful nose weights. It's just gorgeous.
What sort of money is it, Nige?
About 200 quid.
200 quid, is it?
Which is a lot, I think. For me, the best manufacturer this year is Gas Patch.
Mm.
I never even knew they made kits, and you've seen me do those reviews of that gas. It's bloody, and their packaging and their instructions is just out of this world. But for me, the biggest improver, the best improver is Airfix, hands down.
Yeah.
They've just, you look at what they've released this year, everything has been awesome. Was the Spitfire this year?
Last year.
Was it?
It was announced a year before that, though, wasn't it? It was announced at a Spitfire Day. In 2021, I think it was.
So I think that's the way to do it. It gets everyone talking.
Yeah.
Wingnut Wings, they announced their Lancaster in 2017.
Mm.
And I don't think it was due to come out until 2020.
Yeah.
And it really got everybody talking.
I think that's too long, though, because I think we're all used to manufacturers saying, "Oh, we're going to release this," and then it's like, it's going to be 3 years. It's like, well, okay, tell me when I can actually buy it.
Yeah.
Or, when it's released so I can read a review of it.
Mm.
And then there's how many manufacturers. We were just talking before you came on, Nigel, about the number of manufacturers that have promised stuff this year, which hasn't, which has been just like buffed into 2024. And we're all used to that. We've all seen it. The manufacturer we haven't mentioned much, Moss, Zhongshan Yatai, Trumpeter Hobby Boss, I Love Kit. They announced 250 kits. They've released, I think, almost 100 new tools this year.
Tools.
Yeah, astonishing, right? So, they've got a lot of stuff. Which, okay, the Chinese New Year doesn't end till like a month basically after us, so they've got a little bit longer to make that. But I doubt they're going to get all of the ones that they promised out this year. And they're notorious for like announcing stuff that doesn't come out for another 4 years. So
look at that! Devastator. That was
having an advance is good, but not too long. Because I think you then lose that enthusiasm, right? It's just like, that was announced last year or the year before or whatever.
I think Wingnut Wings had their arm twisted though, because Hong Kong Models came out with the 32nd Lancaster, and I think they wanted to say, wait for ours sort of thing.
Yeah,
which a lot of people did, I think.
Hella is trying its best, Alex, Biz Modler's saying. Well, be honest, it's like...
Well, they're French. We know they're going to be late. So.
Trumpeter, you worked out, Alex, 55 tools last year, was it? Or this year from Trumpeter, wasn't it? They announced
43 from Hobby Boss, I think, and 12 from I Love Kit.
Yeah.
Your favourite name.
Yeah, I Love Kit. Shittest modelling manufacturer's name ever.
That's a question. Where is Miss Modler in the chat when she's on here?
Oh, she's eating.
Oh,
she
right.
gets everywhere.
She's eating.
Priorities, Nigel. Priorities.
I'm at the tea.
Somebody just mentioned here, ICM have done some really cool stuff this year. They have, definitely.
Yeah.
I was going to say, actually, before Moss, I think they are, and sorry, I'm talking again, but I think Airfix for the big manufacturers, I would say, have been the most consistent in releases this year and done some really good stuff. I would say of the up-and-coming manufacturers, ICM are up there. The quality of the stuff, the consistent quality of the stuff they're doing.
Yeah.
I know a certain other fan of them is maybe not so popular, but they are doing really good stuff.
Mm.
And their plastic is a dream to work with.
Yeah. And they're in a war zone. I mean, it beggars belief to me that they've released 12 new tools this year. And some of them, I'm doing the Kozak 2, which is an MRAP vehicle that the Ukrainian army uses. It's incredible. It's got a full interior. It's got everything. I mean, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say about ICM, I mean, they gave me that Sky Crane to build, which was very, very good of them. But I was shocked at how basic the cockpit was for a 35th scale helicopter that's completely made of glazing. You'd have thought there would have been a bit more detail in there. I was, and I'm sure they would take that criticism on the chin, because I would imagine that had they not been in a war zone, it probably would have been better.
Mm.
It's interesting because the Beaufort was basically, you know, had the whole cockpit there. It had, you know, built it all up.
Really
actually,
surprised.
someone's just mentioned, Paul Price just mentioned it in the chat. It is a great build.
Yeah,
it's got a fully even edge you can't see.
I want to get that.
They so they've done 12 this year, ICM.
Yep.
Bloody hell.
They did that.
I mean, put that in, and they are 12 major releases. You know, they're not just. I think one of them is a set of figures. I think actually they haven't counted. They've just released another set of figures, Royal Navy crew. So I think actually it's 13. I think Scale Mates is a bit behind. But put that against like somebody like Revell, you know, who've done very little.
Yeah, nothing. Basically, I mean, not nothing, but.
I don't know what you mean. They reboxed the same thing about 20 times. That's great, right?
It was so Revell did 66 releases. Only 4 of them were new tools, and two of them were Star Wars, if I remember rightly. Is that correct?
We've had the Hurricane in 32nd scale. That was last year.
That was last year.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah, and that wasn't all that, was it? A lot of people. I was reading the comment. I've not got a version of it. It was very soft. Apparently, is that the sort of comments that were coming back?
It didn't have an engine either, did it? I think Matt did it, didn't he?
I don't worry about not having an engine. That doesn't bother me at all. But no, it was weird plastic. It didn't want to go together. Tammy it extra thin would not stick it together. It was awful. And I'm not the only person who said.
Wow.
Yeah. But don't worry, guys. Revell have released a £90 Eurofighter, 1/72nd scale. Woo!
Yeah, that's baffling.
I got this for 21 quid, which was the Kreisig fish cutter? ICM. What was it? 144 scale, which is that one there. Lovely plastic, lovely build. Quality, I should say, build quality. And you said that the packaging is great because you've got the lid and then you've got the flappy box underneath, and everybody likes a flappy box. The only criticism I did have about it was that there was no like ribs or anything on the boat. So which I don't know whether you'll see it or not, but look at the plastic. It was the hull was very, very basic. I'll get out the packaging here, which I thought disappointing. If you actually look, if I get up close, if I do on full screen a minute, and this is not criticism, I'm just saying that it's just smooth, whereas the box art clearly shows it's got all the all the lines, and that was so when you see the box art and you see those lines, you expect it to be on some of it on the boat, and at 144 you would see that you would have recessed lines. Obviously, you
would see the weld lines or plank lines, or whatever.
So they don't have that.
The masking tape and Mr. Surfacer, right, boss?
Pardon?
You have to get the masking tape and Mr. Surfacer and do it yourself.
Yeah, but honestly, like on the top there, you can see they've got all the floor planks on the top there. I don't understand why they didn't carry it on down the side of the boat as well, the lines. But yeah, for 21 quid, I didn't think that was half bad and I think also with everything that's happening in the world, I think pricing is an issue because we were talking about it the other day. We think that what's going on here? Why can't I get out of that? I want to go back there. Where is it? The pricing, I think, because Airfix's pricing is auto squat, isn't it? It doesn't make rhyme or reason, but that's because of it's a legacy thing. Whereas, Series 7, everything goes up 10%. Well, a Series 7 10%, it's going to be like 2 or 3 quid, but a Series 20 or whatever, 10% will be tens of pounds, if you know what I mean. And when you do that year over year, you're going to get the gap widening. What was the Gannet again?
The other thing I think, Moss, with Airfix's pricing is it's good for the UK. It's not good for the rest of the world.
Yeah,
I think there's a few Australians mentioned in the chat. We know they pay a lot for the kits, like up to 40 or 50% more, and they have to wait a long time. The same's true in the States, which erodes the whole strategy that Airfix are using. Because while something may look good compared to Tamiya here, in the States it doesn't. So I think Airfix have really knocked it out of the park model-wise. I think now they need to look at those other things we've mentioned before, like quality, like their distribution model, the business side of things, to really ramp up in 2024.
Smelly boxes. I've had somebody came to me seriously this week in email, and they said, like, what is this all about? They've never bought a modern Airfix kit, and they actually live in Bulgaria, and they got the Sea King, and they said, what is this about this box? It absolutely stinks. I said, yeah, that's it, mate. I've got Hellcats here, which are 5 years old now, and the box still stinks.
Yeah.
Don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It smells like, but I'm not going to say it on here. Did Snodler just say that Revell have launched a 72nd scale Eurofighter for 90 quid?
90 quid.
Yes, I did indeed say that. And it's one where you could buy the decals for it already for like 20 quid elsewhere. So why they thought that was a good idea?
Yeah.
Like, it's so angry. And they're like, it comes with a book, guys. Like, you don't get it. It comes with a book. It's like, okay, that's great, but like £90.
Are you on about a Eurofighter Typhoon?
Yeah.
In 72nd scale.
Yeah, basically, it's a special set. It looks nice, like the actual thing in person. It looks fine, but it comes with a book and some photo etch. But like, I've literally bought like a Hella set that was like 2 1/44 scale airliners for, I think that was like £35, and that came with a book that was like £20 value.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's like
it's the standard Eurofighter kit as well. It's not a special thing.
Yeah, it's just the decals that are special, and the decals are nice. Don't get me wrong, I love the decals on it, but you can already get them from third-party decal suppliers. So like I try and be nice to Revell, but nah.
Ed Hard's saying Ed Hard Profit Pack at 48 scale is about 30 quid.
30 quid, yeah.
Ish, give or take a few fiver.
I've got the special limited edition, the Me 24. It also comes with a Me 35, I think. And that comes with a book and a little 72nd scale car and resin and photo etch and about 15 different decal options, and it's 50 quid.
Yeah. Nigel, you can get the Revell Platinum Edition bus for 80 quid.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. 90. That's got to be a misprint.
No, it is 90 quid.
No, it's 90.
It was all over Printmodder about it.
It's just crazy.
I'll post the link in the actual chat.
It's
like £99 on Hannon's, by the way.
It's $89.99.
One piece short of £99 for 100 quid.
Yeah. So this is the description of it. It says, very detailed 1/72nd scale model kit of the Eurofighter Typhoon, 130 precisely molded plastic parts, additional photo etch parts for the finest detail and realism, exclusive illustrated book, collector's card, lavish detail set, and that's it. Like, no, babes, that's not worth £90. Absolutely
Is it their normal 72nd tooling?
Yeah.
The cockpit's soft. If you look at the cockpit,
with etched brass.
God.
Yeah.
Lavish detail set.
Lavish.
Tiger just said Hasegawa doing the same scheme for 35 quid, even though Revell are calling it an inclusive.
Revell's decal sheet has probably got Hasegawa written on it.
Yeah.
Like I've just found myself really happy with my new partner, but I feel like if Revell are going to keep releasing these, I'm going to have to get another boyfriend just so I can pay for all the Revell kits.
You wouldn't buy it though.
No, you wouldn't.
But is it? I want to see what the decals like. Is that just one decal that you put on top, or is it just like multiple?
No,
layers?
that's going to be multiple.
Yeah,
it's probably going to be. more of a guess. That's got to be in sections. There's no your tail's got to be one, your wings has got to be another. The body may be potentially be one, but you're gonna fight that bugger.
90% sure the wing, from what I've seen on, because I looked at these decals like way time ago when I was looking at like buying them just from a third party. And from what I remember, it's like the wings will be separate, both fuselage sides are separate, the tail's obviously separate, and then the canards and forward fuselage are separate. I'm going to assume that Revell are probably going to do something very similar.
Do you know what? The border model Lancaster all of a sudden seems really cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But where's that? What I want to know, I'm looking at it. Where's that photo etch detail? Because there's not.
It's a 70.
There's not a lot.
Fighter. I mean, how much detail can you
add? Well, the cockpit detail looks soft from the photos.
We just
the underside detail. I know.
1/72 PE. Forget it, man.
I mean, I'm a sadist, but no. I love my PE, but not in 72nd. The belly detail looks good, but
I can tell you the other ridiculous thing though is that Revell. Sorry, Silly, I thought you finished.
No, it's pretty much finished. I just can't see where this PE is going to go. Yeah. That's all. The exhaust.
The weird thing is though that Revell at the same time have released the F18 in 32nd scale, which is a massive kit. I'm selling that for 45 quid. So you could buy two of those for the price of that Eurofighter. It doesn't make any sense. And this is all Revell pricing. But I think someone put it in the chat. They are their own worst enemy.
And what I don't get is like they did like their Bavarian Tiger one, which last year, sorry, is it last year? Yeah, last year. The Bavarian Tiger one, again, it was like full decals. It looks really cute. I've nearly bought it several times. And that kit is like £23 for basically the exact same thing with the same level of decaling, just without PE and a book, which does anyone really care about it? Probably not. Like it just, I don't understand it. Yeah. Revell argue my ex because you make no sense.
It's a newer tooling than that Eurofighter. It's a 2019 tooling, so it's not like it's an old piece of crap that they're selling.
I'll tell you what looks better.
Revell pricing doesn't make any sense.
No, I'll tell you what does look better. I've just had I was trying to see if I could find detailed photos online, but I come across it's out of stock. But their 48th Eurofighter, the Baron Spirit. So obviously it's the anniversary of the Red Baron. 27 quid, and actually looks better. The decals look better.
I'm just looking at that cockpit now, and you would think
horrible.
The photo etch, the first thing they would do is attack that deck underneath the canopy behind the seat. And that's awful.
Yeah. I'm so glad.
I don't think that has got any photo etch on it, has it?
No, it can't.
The instrument panel looks like photo etch, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're going to say the instrument panel looks like it's got a photo etch, but nothing like that.
Yeah, I might look at. Hang on, just let me. I'll send you this one.
Yeah, I was just going to say was if you go to go on. What are you going to send me?
Pop. It's it's in our group chat there. That's the 48 scale one. But you compare the cockpit difference. I know it's a bigger scale, so it does make a difference. But
yeah.
But if you check that one out,
yeah, but you're comparing the same manufacturer.
Well, that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So again, it's a fair comparison. It's not like you're comparing a Tamiya and a PM model or something. This is both from Revell.
Yeah,
absolutely stunned.
Really, that's it. There is it.
Yeah. Go over to look at their cockpit, the conversion. I know it's a bigger scale, so obviously the detail is a little bit better. But I mean, well, it's quite a lot better actually. But
it's night and day.
Do you know what I mean?
Look at that.
I know better.
You know, right? I know it's difficult. In 70 seconds, you know, because you've obviously got to get, you know, because obviously there's fine detail in that, obviously. But I mean, come on. I mean, even an old Airfix kit has got better detailing than that has the other one.
But the good news is, when no one can sell them because they're so ridiculously priced, we're all going to get them really cheap on sale in a few years' time, I'm sure. So we'll all get that book that is apparently worth spending the extra like 60 quid on the kit for.
What was the book? What's the book about? So I don't know. I think you said it. I wasn't listening.
Oh, it's just a book about the Eurofighter. That's literally what it is. It's the same
I
thing
mean, it
that
has to
Hella
be a hell of a book for 60 quid, right?
Yeah, I bet you could find the detail online.
Here you go, Nigel. Do you want to see another expensive Revell kit that's coming out this year?
That Comet, wasn't it?
There you go.
Gloucester Meteor.
Yeah,
but that's not coming out this year, Moss.
No.
I better get my kidneys online.
Year, wasn't it? It was due this year.
Oh, it was due this year, yeah, but it's not coming out this year.
It's like that.
Did you notice as well?
32nd scale Machi, that's stupidly priced as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is a bit. It is a bit. But did you notice, Moss, that at the Revell stand at Scale Model World, they had the 144 scale U-boat tooling on the stand to show people. And it's going to be 2024, but that's coming. They didn't have anything on the Meteor, did they?
No, they didn't.
No.
So I don't think it's going to be just slipping into 2024. I imagine it's going to be quite a bit down the road.
Yeah.
Back end, probably.
But again, we're talking apple and oranges, really, aren't we? You know, they're going, that's so the RRP on this Meteor is 145 quid. It's a 1 to 32nd scale Meteor. The Airfix 1 to 48 Meteor, that's going for
nice, cute.
24, 25 quid, isn't it?
Well, how much Hong Kong models Meteor?
Hong Kong models?
Hong Kong models do the 32nd scale Meteor.
Do they really?
Mm-hmm.
Let me have a look. Hong Kong models Meteor.
I don't know if this is probably a really good comparison in a way, but you look at the Airfix's 24 scale Spitfire, and it's cheaper.
HK's one is like 60 to 70 pounds, depending where you buy it from.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So it's less than half the price.
Yeah.
Oh, that box art is cute.
And then when you
to be fair, the Airfix 124 scale Spitfire is cheaper than their 172nd Eurofighter.
Yeah. And compare that to Revell's 172nd Eurofighter.
Yeah.
At least for that, you get two engines.
Yeah.
But guys, you get a book. Ooh. Ooh, the book.
So
it's no good for me. I can't even read.
It's all pictures, Sully. It's all pictures.
Oh, that's all right then. I'm all right with that then. I can do
you get a link. You get a link to Audible on it as well.
Oh, sweet.
The thing is, I don't mind having a book. Like the one I got with my Hello one, like it's in French. My French is not great. I use my phone to translate a lot of stuff I couldn't read. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. It was nice to have it. I mainly bought it for the book because it was cheaper than buying the book because I got it like a secondhand new kit on sale. But like, I'm not spending 90 quid for that. Like Wikipedia is free, man. Like,
yeah, I don't know where they're getting their pricing from, Revell. I really don't. It's a sad shame, but then it doesn't make sense, and I think they're losing it. They're losing the will to live. I think at Revell.
It upsets me because when I saw it at Scale Model World and when I talked about it in my video, I was like, "Wow, this looks really nice." And I see the pricing, like, "Oh no, babes, that's not it. That is just not it."
Gobsmacked. I'm absolutely gobsmacked.
I mean, you could buy the Ammo Aircraft in Detail Eurofighter Typhoon book for 27 quid. Amazon's most expensive book on the Eurofighter about the Typhoon story is £20 something. So you could buy several books on the Eurofighter.
Yeah. I was just going to say, actually, lad, do you remember that deal that Airfix put out not so long ago? Wasn't it you could get the Spitfire 124 scale, you get the book or the magazine to build it, that came, and a bag full of coffee, and that was like 100 odd quid, wasn't it? So I don't think they're doing it right. And Revell still have that awful 172nd Mustang P51D on the books. I think that's a bloody beautiful kit. That what are you on about?
The old Mustang they did was good.
Yeah. So moving on then, we've done ICM. Edard surprised me. They've done a few releases, but they've only actually brought out 4 toolings. Now, I think Edard have set the price for PE. I think when you get Edard PE and you see the price of it, I think it's reasonably priced. So I presume we're judging Revell on Edard's pricing for PE and stuff like that. But with Edard, only 4 kits released this year, apparently. New tools.
I personally think some Edward photo etch is overpriced.
Yeah.
But some of it seems very reasonable. But I will say their latest stuff, which I'm using on this A20, none of it fits.
Really?
And then in the instructions, it's like,
instructions are terrible in general.
I'm on about the Edward sort of the ones you get in the fold-out ones, not the instruction books you get with a kit.
Yeah, right. They're bad.
This A20, there's a set 312012 or something, and it's got cockpit parts, it's got parts for the engines, it's got parts for the undercarriage bay, it's got parts for the turret and all that, but none of it fits.
What do you reckon that? What are they? Have they used a different model to create these?
You know that sometimes with Edward, underneath the advert, they'll have a picture of the parts actually fitted to the model. You can see none of it fits. It's. I mean, to say none of it fits is wrong. A lot of it doesn't fit. I haven't done the wheel. I mean, they sent me the sets for free.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I have to be honest, as I always am, and I've had to do a lot of trimming to make it fit.
I find that the twice now where I've bought a PE set from Edward for as aftermarket for a kit, and for the painted part, so for like cockpit stuff, it's out of register. It's not.
Yeah, it is sometimes.
Yeah.
I had one.
It becomes unusable, right?
Yeah, I had one for the GR3 for the kinetic kit. I had to basically repaint the panel because it was so far off.
Yeah.
Did you get an Overtrees at Scale Model World, Alex?
Yeah, I got a couple. I got a couple of World War One planes and a 190 and a 109K. Because the 109K was released this year.
Yeah. Is that me? Is that a 0 in that one? How do you say that?
Yes.
RUF?
Right.
Wow, that looks nice. Can do enough zeros. Another 0. So only 4 from them this year. Very quiet this year from Edard for new tools.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think
still,
they've done a lot of variations on other kits, though, haven't they? They've really focused on that side.
I bought a re-release, like a new boxing from them. That's the only thing I bought from them this year, but it was one that I was really looking forward to. So
yeah. For Italeri, what have Italeri released this year? Oh, no, Italeri, isn't it? Italeri.
It's an area.
The big one for them was, like Miss Mobler said, the AMX and the Fulgori, the MC202.
Yeah.
I don't think they've released the Stratos that they planned, have they?
No. I don't know. That's Scale Model World.
Good, I was looking forward to that. I think it's the 1/12 scale one.
If it's anything like the Delta, oh God.
Well, apparently by this, Italeri haven't released any new kits this year, according to Scale.
They definitely have.
They've definitely done the 32nd scale Mackie. Is it Mackie?
Yeah.
Oh, the Italian plane? Yeah.
And the AMX is definitely out. So, and they're releasing a reboxing of that as well, which is the trainer variant as well.
Hang on, here you go. I found it now. So Italeri, right? Let's share the screen on this one. Share screen.
Because not Spencer's a Mackie that he had at the show. That's the Italeri one.
Yeah.
So the AMX, you mean they've released that one? Have they?
Yeah, they've released 2 variants of that this year.
Yeah.
Is that the one you was excited about, Lexi? Was it that one?
Yeah.
And
I'm
the
making it
Stratos.
next year.
I've not seen the Stratos for sale, to be fair.
Can you click on that Stratos, please, Moss?
I don't think it's actually out yet.
I just want to see if any shops have it because it's saying it's 2023. Go down.
Pre-order.
Oh, it's all pre-order. Okay.
Yeah. So that's
£90. £90.
That's bloody good price. That is.
Yeah, that's 1/12 scale.
112. Oh, it's 112.
Yeah.
112.
The Delta was 150 quid or so, 179 quid, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's a really good price. If it's any good.
Have they brought out their new Lightning 2 yet? The F-35C, that's been released, hasn't it?
No, that was announced. I've not seen anything on that one.
No.
That's not out yet either.
There's the Mackie.
Yeah.
And they done, how do you say that in German? There's a way of saying it in there.
Sonderkraftzug.
There's Wunderkraftzug, that's it. So they've done them, they're new. 156 scale. So that would be for wargamers then, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Wargaming scale.
They done some wargaming stuff. And that's it. Nothing much to see there. I forgot they were doing that Tornado in 132nd scale back in 2020. Has anybody built that Tornado yet, that GR4?
It's a beautiful. I've got one. I haven't built it. It's a lovely kit. Very heavy lining. But it is a lovely kit. But it's about £140.
Really?
Go back to the shops.
Look at that. Jad Lamb, 130, 1001 hobbies I wouldn't even give the steam of my own shit to.
No.
130 quid.
Their delivery's extortionate as well.
Hey. They're not even in this country, mate. They're in France.
Oh, yeah.
They're in France.
They lie. They fucking lie. And then
when I click on 1001 hobbies, my computer won't let me access their website. It says it's unsafe.
Yeah. It's a dodgy place, that.
Does it come with a white flag?
Yeah. Scale model shed.
Yeah.
And then so the next one would be Tamiya then, wouldn't it? Tamiya. See what they've released this year. Tamiya, new kit.
Tamiya, can we please have a 30-second scale Hellcat, please?
You want one, do you?
Yes.
30-second scale B-17.
I would happily put a 30-second Hellcat from Tamiya next to my 30-second.
Oh, God, yes, please. And a 30-second scale Bowfighter. And a 30-second scale Anson. And a Wellington.
30-second scale Bowfighter is massive, Nige.
Beautiful, though.
It is.
And a 30-second scale Blade and a Beaufort.
That'd be cool.
I think the big release from Tamiya for me this year, Moss, was the walking and swimming duck educational construction toy.
But Alex, did it have incorrectly placed checksum marks?
Well, it was quite inaccurate in many ways, actually. But...
Okay.
So a lot of people have done that T50.
So there it is.
Wow.
I want the monorail train.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
That's hilarious, man.
I did not know that duck had come out, and I actually kind of want it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I do now, actually.
How much track do you get with the monorail?
It's only a tenner.
That's Plaza Japan.
Yeah, but that's all right, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it'd be £50.
Oh, it's out of stock. Oh, Tammy,
Elon Musk has bought them all to replace the
That
Hyperloop.
would be about $20.
Is it expensive to purchase shipping wise from
Oh
Plaza
God,
Japan?
yeah, it'd be about 50 postage.
Isn't there another company that there's another modelling company that does Japan stuff like Tamiya quite cheap? I got that kit that we were talking about, Alex. That when we're doing the cheap cars or something or other, and I got it from the
Hobby Link Japan, Ross.
Pardon?
Do you mean Hobby Link Japan?
Hobby Link Japan. It might have been that one.
Yeah, I bought from
it was
Hobby
cheap
Link.
postage.
Yeah, the postage is not bad. You could buy a 350th scale ship kit, and it will still be 50 quid. But it seems like everything's 50 quid.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a minimum spend, a minimum postage amount.
Yeah.
So I remember when I bought stuff, I just kept adding stuff. I was like, well, at this point, I've already spent the postage. I might as well just make it my money's worth.
Self-justification is a terrible thing.
It is.
I've literally got a box of like Girls and Panther tanks in the attic that I need to like build at some point. But I was just like, well, I can't just buy one, so I might as well buy like 10.
Yeah. So to me, looking at this, they've only actually done 4 kits this year, new kits. The K2, the T50. But they've done a T50 before, haven't they?
It is a new tool, though. Yeah, it's a brand new tool.
The car is a brand new car, Moss. They can't have done it before unless it was fictitious.
No. I'm just trying to think. What did they? It looks so similar to another car. That's all. It's not like it's like because it looks like
a McLaren, Moss. That's what you're.
Yeah, that's why I saw this. I saw the center wheel there. So
you sound like me talking about any car at all. Oh, it looks like another car.
Yeah,
it's just me every time someone gets a car. I'm like, oh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
You haven't got the F-35B there. That's been released, hasn't it?
It's not a new tool though. It's an adapted tool. It's
is it
a kit with different parts. They've replaced a lot.
Yeah, but it must have a new fuselage, different back end. I mean, it must be classed as a new tool, surely.
No, if it's still using parts of another kit, it's not classed as a new tool.
Okay, have it your way.
Fight.
Just saying, that's what scalemates and that's the rule. I don't make it.
You know the.
I haven't seen the BT-42 release. To be fair, these were quite good. The planes with the cars. I thought that was a nice little touch.
Yeah, but most of them are old 148 scale, the really old 148 scale.
Correct.
It's still cute though. It's like when Airfix used to do like the Spitfire, but I think they did a Hurricane one as well. Maybe a Typhoon, but they sold them with like the refueling set.
Moss, what about mini art? A couple of us.
Mini art. Let's for mini art.
Go back down, Moss.
Go back down.
There's the F-35B, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, new parts, right.
So you've got these Ukraine bollocks where they just put new decals in, which I think is a bit of. I think it's crap that when they do that.
I'm not a huge fan.
I mean, to be fair, all manufacturers do that, right, including Airfix.
Well, no, not with Ukraine, just for call it the Ukraine release. I'm waiting for the Israeli ones next.
I don't think any manufacturer is going to be brave enough to do that.
No.
All the models' latest releases and recover.
And again, somebody picked up the other day. I did their weathering set, didn't I, on my channel? And there's got Gaza on the brickwork. Somebody picked that up, which was a bit frustrating. I didn't when I did the video. I didn't realise. So hang on, where is it? Let's just stop the screen a minute. If you see there, somebody picked up on it straight away.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, but these have been out 2 years. So, last year they first released them. So,
Moss, yeah. I did a review of some decal rivets from Quinta Studio.
Yeah,
which is a Russian company, and I got a lot of shit for that. And I just said, look, PM Model Store in Ukraine is the biggest model store in Ukraine. They sell Quinta Studio's products, so. I don't think they're going to mind me doing a review of them. You know,
we've had this discussion about certain manufacturers doing Zvezda stuff. So, what do? You know, it's difficult. It is difficult. Right. So we're going to look up Mini Art because Mini Art they seem to be releasing kits every 10 minutes, don't they?
I love Mini Art,
especially a lot of like figure kits and stuff. But I've got the P47 deluxe version on pre-order from High Altitude Hobbies, which is in so they're going to be one of the distributors of Outlaw Paints.
Yes, they are. When
they get Brett is the guy that runs it. Oh man, there you go. I cannot wait to do that kit, buddy. Yeah.
Well, apparently they haven't done that many new tools, So they've done the. Oh, what am I doing here? Present.
Yeah, present.
I thought I was already on the screen then. Mini art. I thought I spoke mini art, right? So there you go. 7.5 centimeter anti-tank gun, the Pack 40, wooden barrels, the cargo trailer, Ben-Hur, the Thunderbolt, the Stug 3 is a new tool in. Then you got the bakery products and the tool set, which I thought was pretty cool. The tool set.
Interesting. That's it. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
The,
not a lot.
They must be recycling or I don't know, maybe adding new parts or new decals or something.
Well, their vintage tractor, that Ben's tractor that they keep, that comes out every 3 or 4 months with this new scheme and everything, doesn't it? So
yeah, the Lands tractor, yeah, and the 170V, you know, the fruit delivery van kind of thing. But I can't wait to do that P47.
Another
Brett, John.
Yeah.
John, are you friendly with Brett?
Yeah, we email each other. Yeah, absolutely.
You want to ask him to check the canopy before he sends you the kit, because I've been getting a lot of people telling me that some of the canopies are real dodgy.
I'll ask him.
Yeah.
They're being produced in India now.
Yeah, scratch canopy, India.
Right, Hasegawa new tools. Honda VT250F. Wow. Crumbs. Don't see many of them on the road now, do you?
No.
I remember that Nissan Fairlane EZ. Bloody hell. 1989 there. That's a new tool. And then a little bit of, is that Gundam there below? So yeah, not a lot.
Nobody's done a GR Yaris. I can't believe it.
Yaris, yeah. And the other one is Academy. Is the other one, isn't it? We normally look at Academy.
Mora.
Have a look at a minute. Full kits. Go down. Academy. Scrolling down.
I'll tell you one thing about Academy's releases is that they do some unusual subjects. They did their indigenous stealth fighter. As a new tool this year, which I'm quite interested in getting.
They did 9 this year, Academy.
Yeah.
They did the
Yui.
The A10 the A10C Thunderbolt 2. I built that. A fabulous kit.
Is it?
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful. Yeah.
Which kit was that, mate? Which kit was that?
This one right here at the towards the bottom. Yep, that one. Yep.
148. The Battle of Midway that hasn't been released yet.
Together.
Hey, I'd buy that. The Hyundai Porter 2 dry van truck. That's pretty funky. Look at that.
The KF21.
Is that? Look at that. It looks like a Lightning, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's the Korean stealth thing, which of course the Americans helped develop.
That cargo truck looks pretty funky as well. 135th Academy cargo truck looks quite good. Oh, and they've done an F51D, have they?
Nice.
I didn't see that come out. That can't be released yet, surely. That can't be released yet.
P51.
A couple of those aren't coming out next year.
Yeah. No. A bit tiny looking, doesn't it?
F21 isn't coming out till next year either.
What's the other one you were saying, James?
No, F51 is just a P51.
Yeah. What was the scale model company?
Tsukimura.
How do you spell that?
Tsukimura. Yeah, I don't know.
Starts with a Z. It's the only one.
Zoukei.
Zoukei.
Zoukei. Zoukei.
Let's have a look, shall we? Does that do it? And then we need to go. Go down. I don't know why they put the date at the bottom. Why can't they just 2003 and back up? They've done a
That hasn't been released yet.
That was rubbish.
No, that hasn't been released yet. It won't be rubbish. It'll be very, very good.
Yeah. The pilot boarding set they're doing, and the Messerschmitt BF 109. That's new parts, though, isn't it? So they've only released one this year, then. Really?
They're not a big company. What about
those in your shop?
Which one?
They're
Kinetic.
The Zucchimura. Do you carry those?
Sorry, what was the question?
Alex, I was just wondering if you have any of those in your shop, the Zucchimura.
I don't, but I can get them. One of my stockists has Zucchimura. I haven't got them because they tend to be expensive and sitting on the shelves.
Kinetic.
Yeah, I got you.
Kinetic.
That's it, Kinetic. Right, there you go. I thought it was with an E. Full kit.
I'm waiting for their C17, which they keep talking about, and it never appears.
Is that the big one?
That's the big bugger.
Right, so they've done a Canada CT114. That looks quite nice, actually, for 148.
It's like a little Jet Provost, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Fiat G91 Gina.
Fiat.
Actually, I saw somebody talk about that. That looks quite good. The Dream Viper's been cancelled. The F16A Dream Viper's been cancelled, never released.
That was early. That early last year. That was cancelled, I think, or this year.
C17A Globemaster 172nd scale.
Come on, where is it?
Big boy.
So they've already released 1, 2, 3. Well, they got 3. They're saying it's. But I do like that Gina.
That Picara is supposed to be really good as well.
Yeah.
Look at that, though. That looks really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the nose on it, man.
It reminds me of that advert for British Gas for the turn on and off football. You know the bloke who says turn up the plasticine modeling.
Yeah. Right. Anyone else? We've done Revell, haven't we? We've done Revell.
Yeah.
Revell. That's the only one we haven't done, isn't it? Kits. We do Airfix as well, just so we make sure we haven't missed out on any of them. Revell going down to the bottom. New tool. Say 1,684 new tools in Revell's armor. 2003.
Yeah, they've only done 4 that they've actually released this year.
7, they reckon, new tools.
That includes the ones they haven't yet released.
Oh, does it? Oh, yeah. So you got the Aftermarket, which is that's a snap kit, though, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
You don't do fancy doing this Mustang, then, Nigel?
I'm not a big fan of the 71. That's nicknamed the bread van. It's a big fat thing.
Yeah. Hawker Hurricane came out this year, 2023. Messerschmitt BF 109 G Easy Click. Oh, fucking Easy Click. That's their version of Quick Build. And did you see the price of them?
Shocking.
It was, honestly, look at that. It is like a rip-off of Airfixes.
It doesn't even look good either.
34 quid, 33 pound, 35. Jadlam's got that wrong. They won't be 24.95. They'll be more than that.
No.
They were around.
That's like a $45 kit. Forget it.
They were 35 quid. I took a picture of it when I was at Scale Modelware because they had one on the bench, didn't they?
Click on it, Moss. Jadlam has got it for $24.95.
So Jadlam's got it.
Oh, you spawn the devil now.
Going against my religion here, mate.
Yeah.
Pre-order $24.95. But just shows you what buying power they've got. If they can do it £10 cheaper than everybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, all of their kits are, aren't they? Like, pretty much everything you go on is cheaper by quite a margin.
I'll tell just quickly before we go off that.
Even like the Eurofighter of them was cheaper than it was for everyone else.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who's a good the shop that's underneath Jadlam. I forgot the name of them.
54 parts.
Were they?
That one. They're a Polish company. They're stockists, like they're really good. They do good pricing. Their delivery is exceptionally quick.
What are they called again?
I
Super
can't
Hobby.
remember. That's it,
Superhobby.com. Yeah.
They're really good. They're really good company
What's
to
their
get stuff
postage
off.
like?
Say again.
What's their postage like?
I don't think it's that bad, to be honest with you. I think it's only a couple of quid, but it comes quick.
They got the Sea King in stock for 57 quid. Wow.
And you might get stuck with that on that as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. No. Do you know what gets me? I can ship to America now up to $500 VAT tax free. But if America wants to ship to me, it's only 100 or something quid.
Right.
Oh, they've got the
John
Mandalorian
Parker
there.
just commented the Jet Provost looks nothing like a Sabre. No, we weren't talking about the Sabre, John. We were talking about the one at the top.
One at the top.
The G91.
It was a Canadair thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Canadair thing, yeah.
Oh, the CT-114 Tutor.
It's there. I think that's Canada. I think it's a license built Tutor or Tudor, sorry, which is the later version of the Tutor, Grob Tutor.
But what 114 it was an indigenous aircraft. It was entirely indigenous. Yeah, it was originally going to be like a private jet, but it was then turned into the jet trainer, and it's been withdrawn from service for like training roles now, but it's still used by the Snowbirds display team.
Fair enough.
Can you tell I did
it's I haven't seen it yet, but it is very similar to the Grob Tutor and Tudor.
Yeah, it's like a Provost and a Grob Tutor had a baby.
Yeah, ugly.
Just saying here.
Makes me look pretty.
Just saying here, Airfix over the last 3 years have done 32 new toolings, 32 new tools.
Yeah,
they've been smashing it out the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Is that new tools or releases, Moss?
Just for
New tools, 32 new tools in, so it's 10 a year. So they've done the Aston Martin DB5, they've done the 30 centerweight 4x2 general service truck.
That's not a new tool. That uses parts out of the K2.
It doesn't, does it? We had this argument the other day. Are we sure about that?
Yeah, because the K2 rear parts has got those windows in it.
No, it uses a lot of the chassis, and that is of the K2.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Well, that's not a new tool there, but they call it a new tool. Ferry Gannet, the Ferret Scout, which was a lovely build. I love building that. It was good fun, that was. The Hurricane, the Land Rover series, the Lockheed Martin Lightning 2. So they did 1, 2, 3, 4. So they've done 4 starter sets, which brought their range up to 11 or 12 in the range now for starter sets. And you got the Messerschmitt ME410 and the Sea King. So actually 1, 2. So really,
they've done a lot, haven't they?
Yeah.
But for some people, that's still not enough, which is ridiculous.
Is that more than ICM? They released more than ICM.
Yeah.
No. ICM do a lot of figures, though, don't they, Alex?
If you look on ScaleMates, I think it's 12 new releases that they've done. Only one of them is figures.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And they're all nice, aren't they? All those kits are nice.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Aston Martin, but the rest of them are all very nice, aren't they?
The McLaren's a nice one to build. But yeah, the Sea King, the Messerschmitt 1, 2.
No, that F-35's got a beautiful fitting canopy.
Yeah.
Just click fits.
Well, that's what they needed to do, wasn't it? You know, I enjoy building mine.
Did you do the Landy, Moz? I can't remember.
No, still here to do. Started it, but I didn't finish it. I ran out of time.
So there's a potential sort of special video I might do with that.
Oh, do you mean I won't do it then? I'll wait until.
No. It's fine. No, it's going to be completely different to what you do. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's going to have a bird's nest in it, cat shit.
No.
It's going to have a dog stain of piss on the wheel where the dog's cocked his leg. Yeah, I know.
No. I'll tell you this: the wife will be involved.
Oh right, well, she's going to be over the bonnet, is she?
Well, that'd be nice. That'd be nice, I tell you.
Oh, brilliant! So yeah, so that's some releases really. To be fair,
I need to go and buy a Land Rover now.
So the Gannett.
If your wife hears this, you'll have to buy a new wife.
See, I think they've got a complete range of starter sets now. I think the only two that are missing is, and I'm going to say it, the Beetle. There's got to be a Beetle in the mix somewhere because that's always standard, isn't it?
Yeah.
For a starter set. And the only thing I could think of that they could do for a starter set, what was the other one that I was thinking they could do for a starter set?
Do with the Hurricane to go with the Spit.
The Hurricane and the Hurricane.
And a BF-109.
With a 109.
Yeah, 109. So that could be in the mix for next year. But then again, they want to stay. They had a 3-year process of getting new starter sets in. I tell you what, they could do as a starter set is that bloody submarine. They could do that submarine as a starter set. Seriously, it's so easy to build. Really easy.
Didn't they do a Beetle starter set?
They did, but it's 1973 tooling. It's really old.
If you're thinking about the new tool Beetle, Nigel, I think it was a quick. I seem to recall it's a quick build.
Okay.
They did do a quick build Beetle.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. Did they?
It's a quick build camper, wasn't it?
They didn't do a quick build Beetle. I'm sure they didn't.
No, it was a camper.
It was a camper van. They did.
What was the Beetle everybody was building?
Yeah, they did do a Beetle.
Shit.
There it is. What was everybody building a couple of years back? Every YouTuber was doing a Beetle.
Is it Revell? Revell do a Beetle.
We did this one. I did the starter set Beetle, which is a 1966 tooling.
It's that one. It's that one everyone was doing. Everyone was doing the start. Yeah, because everyone's doing the starter set challenge with that one.
Yeah, I did that one for the starter set challenge.
I think others did as well. I think. Bless you.
Yeah, the axle's shite on it. Yeah, that's the one.
I think what Airfix should do as some starter sets is some modern armor.
Yeah,
I think a Challenger.
They haven't done that. That's on my list. I said that, but they won't do a Challenger now while they got them in the Ukraine. They won't release a Challenger which they won't do while in the Ukraine.
I think it's an absolutely ridiculous policy.
Yes, I agree. It's what drives interest because it's contemporary, right?
I do see where they're coming from, but I do agree. But I do see where they're coming from.
It's like you can't. What if they suddenly start using? Okay, it's ridiculous, but Gannets in the Ukraine, are they going to pull their kit? Of course they're not. It's just like you can't control. If I can understand not doing a Ukraine-specific one to keep out politically, but a Challenger, do Challenger 1 then. Just something modern, which is because kids come into the shop all the time with their parents, and it's like what they're interested in, and a lot of them are interested in tanks, but they've got no real connection to World War II tanks. They don't really recognize them because modern tanks look very different. And quite similar, Abrams, Challenger, Leopard, they're all similar kind of looking. So I think something like that would be, because it's noticeably the area which is absent. And the other thing is some sort of naval vessel, like you said, a submarine or something, because there's only the Mary Rose, which is actually the Mary Rose and the F-35 are two of the best-selling kits in the shop.
Is that right?
Yeah, you said that.
Mary Rose sells well.
Yeah. And it's not a bad little kit either, is it, Alex?
It's a nice little build.
Last year when I went to Aldi or Lidl or whatever it was to get a starter set, all they had left was 10, and everything else was the Mary Rose. They had about 25 Mary Roses and 10, so I bought the 0.
Did you build it?
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was all right.
Yes, it put me in hospital, Nige.
It was a little challenge to use the glue, the paint, and everything from the starter set. I'm trying to build it live on camera, but it kept falling apart because the glue doesn't work.
Anyway, so we've done 23. 2023 is all done and dusted. What do you think Airfix will release next year? Go on, what's your wants, or what do you think they will? I'll state 3 that I think will come out. All right, I reckon they'll do the Jaguar. I think they might do a MiG 21 or like a MiG 23. I would like to see them do a tank. I Challenger 1, Challenger 2, that could be in the mix. Beetle for a starter set. Hurricane. The 124th Hurricane could be there. I don't think they'll do any 32nd scale cars. I think they've gone away from that. I still think it's doing military. I would hazard a guess they may even crack on and do a 148 Lightning, just so that they have one in the mix. Anyway, to you guys.
Sabre would be nice.
They've done a Sabre, haven't they?
Have they?
Yeah.
But, okay.
Recently.
Yes. North American and Canada.
I must have missed that one then.
Yeah.
I've got plenty in stocks on me.
Yeah. Tornado. would they do a Tornado? Because I always say that Airfix is Spitfire, Revell is Tornado Eurofighter.
I think the 48 Jaguar is a good call. I think it's kind of an overlooked kit. Yeah. It does have a very British. I know it's a collaborative aircraft. Kind of equally French or more French, really. But it does have a special place, I think, in a lot of British aviation people's hearts.
It is. It is a popular. It is a popular.
So it would kind of go with their theme, Cold War. It's the right scale. It's they used to do a 48 scale one, but it's bloody ancient.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good call.
What was
they might do it?
Sorry, carry on.
I was just going to say, I think I don't know whether they do a Hurricane. I think they might do the 124 Spitfire as a Mark V, because the kit already has a lot of the stuff in it, like the landing lights and all that kind of bit. So it would only need a slightly shortened fuselage, basically, and you've kind of got everything you need. It already has the square mirror and all those little bits, so it wouldn't take them much to adapt that.
I was also going to say, with the connection with Wessex, or the helicopters, Westland, Whirlwind, I reckon they could do one of them. They do a 1/72 scale in a vintage classic, but I think they would probably do one as a 148 with all being yellow and everything.
Don't Italeri do that?
Don't know. The Whirlwind. There's no tooling if they did, surely.
Italeri is a fairly new tooling. It's got photo etch and everything in it.
Oh, is it?
I think it's a Sikorsky, isn't it? It's the British call it the Whirlwind. Everywhere else calls it something else.
AMP do one. The Chickasaw Whirlwind, new tool. Revell do the Sikorsky S55 Sabina. Just looking now. Airfix do one as a vintage classic. Can't see one here for Italeri. Let me just have a look. Where's it? We got.
I could be mistaken on the model, but they definitely do a 148 helicopter that looks like I've got it here in the stash.
AMP do one in 148, but isn't that resin? AMP.
Is it a Wessex? Maybe it's not a Whirlwind. Maybe it's a Wessex.
No, it's a Sikorsky Whirlwind.
I'm surprised James done though.
Westland Whirlwind.
Westland a Westland Wessex.
It's a Wessex, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the one that they've got in. If you look on the photo of the Buccaneer when it's the naval version, it's a Wessex that's by the aircraft carrier. Same with a lot of their other carrier-based aircraft.
Is a Wessex and a Whirlwind the same thing?
Slightly different.
Similar.
Right. That's right.
I think the jet engine one uses a rotary engine, I think.
Yeah. 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 I think the frame is almost based off, the Wessex is almost based off the Whirlwind. It's very similar.
Yeah.
But I think at the same time, a completely different aircraft.
Yeah, thanks, Hobby. So Hobby to put in there.
Yeah.
Go Wessex, yeah.
Tell you, you said I think Merlin would be nice.
Yeah. They got a Merlin already, haven't they? 148 from 10 years ago. Airfix have got it. The what's it called? It's from the Afghanistan range that they did, wasn't it? Operation Herrick. So yeah, interested. Whirlwind. So I thought maybe they would do another helicopter. Now they've got because he's mentioned it a few times, hasn't he, Luke? He likes the helicopters, so I think we'll see some more helicopters this year.
Mm-hmm.
And possibly Handley Page Hampden.
Yeah, in
that would be
48.
nice to see again.
Because they've been up to East Kirby, and obviously one of the guys who works on the Lancaster is obviously restoring a Hampden. So he's got all the drawings for the Hampden up there.
Where's that? Is that
Hampden would be amazing.
Which version?
Actually, even like a new 1/72 scale one would be good.
Yeah.
Which version is he doing, James? The bomber or the torpedo?
The bomber, I think. It's very narrow anyway.
Yeah.
Where is it?
I think it's east. I think it's at East Kirby, but
it's not in with the Lancaster.
No. It's in a separate.
Same area. Okay.
Same area.
Yeah. That was what I was going to ask you, lads. That's what my question was going to be. Which was the plane that looks like a Lancaster or Wellington that's only got two engines? It's the Hampton, isn't it? Handley Page Hampton.
The Manchester is a Lancaster.
Well, I was going to say it'd be the Manchester, really. I mean,
do you reckon they'll bring out a Manchester? Because all they've got to do is change the wings on it, haven't they? Surely.
I don't think there's the interest in the Manchester, because if you think they could do they did the Lancaster in a lot of different iterations, and they do it in different packs, and all that. Manchester is just the Manchester.
Do you know what?
They weren't used operationally; it was only like a development aircraft, really. So it's pretty niche.
The Lancasters often referred to as the best bomber of World War II. The Manchester is often referred to as the Widowmaker, because more men died in that crashing than ever got shot out of the sky, because the engines were crap, weren't they? They just fell out of the sky.
The only company that does a Hampton is Airfix, really, and their tooling is 1968. So that could be one that they would definitely they would want to retool that one, surely. Last time
I'd rather see him retool it than a vintage classic, because I think that'd go hard. I think, especially if they do 72nd and 48th, because I think that will go hard as the Anson.
I'll have to see if Rex's hangar did a video on that.
He has done one.
Has he? Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that channel. I love that guy.
If Airfix did a 148th Lancaster, that would be the best Lancaster kit on the market, I think. That would be nice, really nice.
Yeah. 148.
It's like saying the Lincoln and doing the Lincoln as well. It's basically a stretched Lang.
Yeah. I see Alex. They did a Whitley. Matchbox did a Whitley, didn't they?
They did. They did, didn't they? Yeah, Matchbox Whitley.
No, Wellesley.
I'm sure Matchbox did a Whitley.
Somebody did do a Whitley. I've seen it.
It's
I can't
Whiteley,
remember
isn't
who
it?
it was. Yeah.
Or a Hendon, you're thinking of.
Yes. Airfix did a Whitley. Did Airfix?
I was going to say, I was thinking of the recent Airfix kit done in 2018.
Frog
Yeah.
did one.
2016, sorry, I think it was.
Just looking down now, I can't see Matchbox in the mix here.
Yeah, the plane that flew like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Simon Richards has a good question, and I'm curious as well. What's the best JU52 kit you've built?
Yeah.
I've never built one.
48th monogram is beautiful.
Mm.
The monogram 48th?
Is that be under Revell now, will it?
Probably.
Yeah.
It was recently re-released.
I love the JU52.
Yeah.
I've never built one, but I really want to at some point. So, well, there you go. The monogram 48th.
Yeah.
That would be a big kit, though.
Yeah. Not as big as a B17.
Someone did a 48. 72nd, didn't they? I thought that was that not Revell?
Oh,
I made
quite a
one,
few.
but I can't. I think it was a Revell one, and it was a good kit for its age.
So yeah, I was going to say Airfix do a JE52.
Italeri do one. I think Revell do one as well.
It'd be an old one if it was. I think that's the one I did. Early 2000s, maybe.
Do one.
They need to have the texturing right? Because it's a
corrugated.
Yeah.
Yeah, Revell did one.
Yeah. That's the one I did.
That's the one with that's the 3 propeller one, isn't it? JE50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be sort of what you would call a curbside plane because all of its iconicness comes from 3 engines and that corrugated texture on the.
Yeah, quite roomy inside they were because I saw one at the
cockpit
Museum in Munich.
They were used for cargo and airborne operations, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a big flying corrugated shed, wasn't it?
Yeah. The Spanish were using them after the war. Still licensed building up into the 50s, 60s, I think, 50s, 60s. Still using them for para training. But the cockpit, it's roomy, but the cockpit is tiny. The door is exceptionally small to get into. I got stuck.
The Avro York. Lincoln and York. That's the same one, isn't it? The Lincoln and the York were very similar, weren't they?
No.
The York was a transporter.
Right. Yeah.
And the Lincoln
looks like a Lancaster.
Was a stopgap nuclear bomber.
Right, okay. Tamiya do a York, Avro York, apparently. Yeah, apparently so. But I think Airfix are going to push more for the military 135th more than the 132nd scale cars. Just trying to think of what else they could do in 135th that isn't the tank. Done the Ferret Scout. They will release that Ferret Scout without a turret on at one point, definitely, wouldn't they? But there's all sorts. What about all the BMP?
Something different.
Yeah.
Thing is, there are quite a few BMP kits out there, aren't there? If you look at, so going back to what they said at the Seeking event, it has to. They look at gaps in the market. They look at things that will fit in with their current range, and then they also look at wildcards as well. So if you think about that in terms of what are their gaps on, which would fit in the current range,
Opel Senator,
that kind of narrows it down a bit. Which is why, again, I think Jaguar fits well with that.
I tell you what, they will be building, or they'll be retooling. I guarantee
if
it within the next 2 years. Carry on, Alex.
Like almost.
The one thing they will guarantee, what they are going to do this in the next 2 years, is going to be a new Concorde. I think that Lego Concorde is so well. That is sold so well. I reckon they're going to have to redo that Concorde at 1/44 scale. They're going to have to. No one does it. No one's ever done a good kit of that Concorde.
Yeah, but if they do it in about 3 years' time, wouldn't the people lost interest in it though?
No, because it's the anniversary coming up as well, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Okay. Maybe.
Well, and also interest might come back with the NASA program on supersonic airliners. Their experimental aircraft that's flying now. So, I mean, a step with the two. If they did that, with the Concorde, that would be cool.
That's a good shout.
Yeah,
that is a good shout.
I mean, if you're looking at what other 1/35th scale stuff could they do, which would complement what they've got or expand into new ranges. I mean, it would be great to see the stuff they did, the Operation Herrick stuff in 35th scale. I don't think they'll do that because of the blowback that happened then. But I mean, it's all British stuff. That would be good. But then you're looking at the sort of Cold War stuff like the Ferret. I'd love to see a Saladin from Airfix in 35th
That's
scale.
a good shout, Saladin. What about the AEC Matador?
Oh, please. In 32nd scale, not 35th.
Yeah.
Or a Humber.
We've got that.
Oh, and a Dingo. A Humber and a Dingo.
The Dingo would be 1/35th, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What about Bofors 40mm gun and tractor unit? That would be good, wouldn't it? Do them again. Do them as a 35th.
Isn't Tommy still knocking one out as well? That does well.
Yeah.
Is it that? Am I thinking the right one?
And Italeri.
But can I just say, when we say that and we go, oh yeah, but Tamiya's doing it. The trouble with Tamiya stuff, a lot of it was doing in the 1980s, and they're still releasing it now, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? There's nothing stopping Airfix.
1970s, Moz.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean, though. There's nothing stopping Airfix going, right, if you're not going to retool it, we've got one in the Vintage Classic range. It's kind of selling well. Oh, shit, that's my glass. There's nothing in it. Why don't we do it in 1/35th? I'd love to see some of the old World War II stuff that, let's not hunt about it. Let's go back to being British and some of the stuff that we used to haul our soldiers round.
Yeah.
Do that,
Yeah, right on.
Airfix do their 72nd scale bomber support set. Why haven't they redone that in 32nd or 48th? That would be amazing.
Yeah.
You have all the little stands with the guys stood on repairing the engines, the fuel tankers, the little tow trucks, the bomb trolleys.
Yeah.
I think it would sell like mad.
I bet they wouldn't do it in 1/32nd.
Sorry?
I bet they wouldn't do it in 1/32nd because it's not their scale.
No.
Even though I think it would be a mistake because they could complement so many other kits with it. It would stand on its own.
Well, they did the
Monty actually, if they designed it in CAD, they could release it in 48, well, in 72nd, 48th, 32nd, and 24th. It would be great to have that with the Spitfire, or the Typhoon.
Yeah.
I still think Airfix need to go back to what they, all these vintage classics. I had the whole set, didn't I? I had the mystery bundle with all their vintage classic gun set, Bren gun carrier with the anti-tank gun. And I'll tell you something else which I think would be really cool, and it sounds really shit, but recently we've seen a lot of reverse engineering of tooling to get old tools out. For instance, the bomb bug with the glass, the Antarctic with the glass. Why don't they? And I think everybody would buy one if they did it. A re-engineered version of the very first Airfix Ferguson tractor. We saw that one on eBay, didn't we? £1,200. £1,200.
Yeah.
What if it's still there?
Was that the one that was built? Was it that one?
No. It was already in its box. It was in the box, and I was like,
yeah, because Airfix made that for Woolworths, didn't they? I think.
Yeah, that's right. Ferguson Airfix.
I'm seeing here people are saying Airfix agree 32nd has never been Airfix scale, but Monty's Humber was definitely 32nd.
Yeah.
And didn't they do a German half track in 32nd as well?
Yeah, but it's something that Dale said it was at the press day, I think, that it's not really their scale. It's for aircraft mainly that they're thinking. But yeah, they did do some armor in 32nd scale rather than 35th back in the day to go with their soldiers.
Yeah, but they've got the 24 scale Hellcat, which is one of their best kits ever. If they reduce that to 32nd scale, it would sell like crazy.
Yeah, but they won't do that.
No, but they, like you said, they've got the CAD. They could do it. It would sell worldwide.
Which one was that? Sorry, Nigel.
The Hellcat. If they did it in 32nd scale, just take the kit they've got, scale it down. There's nothing wrong with it. Scale it down to 32nd scale. It would sell worldwide. Everybody would buy it.
But would they? Would they lose sales for the 124th?
They don't make the 24th anymore.
What, the Hellcat? The 124th Hellcat?
They don't make it anymore.
I think they do.
Well, they're selling for 150, 180 quid on eBay.
Yeah, you can't buy them.
But it's a 3-year cycle, isn't it? They'll bring it out in another year, I reckon, with new decals. This year they'll re-release it with new decals. You look at that 3-year cycle, haven't you? That's the thing. They look at it in 3 years, don't they? If you look at everything, it's like they did that Sea King in 172 5 years ago. Then 5 years later, they released it as a 148. And we've noticed that pattern forming, that they do something in one scale, then 5 years down the line, they'll do it in a different scale.
I'll tell you what I would love to see from Airfix as well, thinking of the Bloodhound. And I don't think they'll ever do this. I'd love them to do a Nike Hercules.
Ooh.
I think that would be a great kit. I mean, several people do them, but I think in 72nd scale, there's only like one manufacturer. There's a fairly obscure one. There's some in 48th, or 35th, I think AFE Club do them, but 72nd one to go alongside the Bloodhound. I'd love that.
Yeah. Well, that's strange. That Airfix tractor's missing now from...
Yes, 40 Crocs here said no vehicles. Yes, they have. When Airfix first started doing vehicles, they were 32nd scale.
Yeah.
It
was Tamiya who decided that they were going to do 135th.
Yeah. Airfix did a lot of 132nd scale back in the day.
Yeah. Their cars were 32nd scale, weren't they?
Oh, yeah.
I know Monty's Humber is 32nd scale because I've got it. And I'm sure, like I just said, I'm sure they did like a German half track. And wasn't there a Bedford truck as well? So
yes, there was a Bedford truck, I seem to remember.
There's the Airfix.
I was looking for something the other day, and it came up in eBay on eBay. But if you say for the 5 year cycle, you've had if you look at what they've done the bolt and pull Defiant in 172nd, and then X years later you had the 148th Defiant. So the next one's logically is 124th.
Yeah, people said that when the Hellcat came out, people were saying to me the next will be the Defiant. But again, it's like Alex just said about the Hamden. Who's going to buy it? You got a few Englishmen are going to want it, but who in America's even heard of a bolt and pull Defiant?
I'll tell you what,
I'd love to see a retooled 172nd Westland Whirlwind, the fighter bomber.
Yes.
Where was that Airfix kit gone? Honestly, I reckon that was being taken down as a scam. Because I've just gone onto eBay now to find it, and it's not been sold. It's not under sold listings or ended listings. It's just completely vanished.
Right.
So I reckon that might have been a scam, but it was up for £1,200. It was absolutely crazy price.
Come on.
Crazy price.
If they did a retooled version of that first kit, people would buy it just because it's the retooled first version.
Yeah.
First kit. It would sell for sure.
There you go.
I would love to also see them redo the 1/24 scale BF 109.
Yeah.
To go with the Spitfire. I think that would be great.
That would be good.
24 scale Wildcat would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bearcat. Need a Bearcat in there somewhere.
Someone said
all these American radial engine things, they all look the same.
Yeah, I bet.
But the thing is, I mean, it's the same with the Hellcat. They would do it because they could release it as a British version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wildcat. So people like John will be attracted because he wants a Wildcat in his life, and then the British people will say, "Oh yeah, I love that because the British used it."
I think going by that, a 124. Oh, actually, Hobby Time just put a 1/24 Corsair.
Oh, please.
Yes, please. I'll put it with my 1/24 Hellcat. Just alongside the 132nd Hellcat goes by the 132nd Corsair.
Yeah, because I think that has huge appeal, right? It's got huge appeal in the US, but it's such an iconic looking with that gull wing, and like you say, it was in British strips as well. So I think you get a lot of traction in the UK as well. So I think that would be a really good one.
So this would be great if they re-release this, re-engineered it. That's the box, still in its box. There's all the parts there for it.
Yeah, if they did it in the same style of box and everything, but retooled, I bet that'd sell really well.
Yeah.
I wonder where the tooling is.
It's gone. Vanished.
Yeah, the same place that the Ark of the Covenant is from Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know,
find it on Oak Island then.
It had no bids.
I quite like the 1/24 scale Ark of the Covenant. That'd be all right. Yeah.
There you go, £1,200 that was.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Ridiculous.
It's only with,
There will be a lot of 80th anniversary D-Day group builds.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, that's right. And they do a D-Day set, don't they?
I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be at least half a dozen D-Day group builds going on. So,
I do wonder, in this climate that we live in now, just hear me out. When I was at school, it was the 50th anniversary, right? And we were celebrating D-Day. With the way wokeism is and stuff in this country now, do you think that it will be a bit more of a less affair so we don't offend anyone with all the other wars going on and stuff?
Well, I mean, hopefully by then Disney has almost gone bust with all of its woke shite, and the BBC has all been sanctioned. So we realise this, but I don't think so, Moss. I don't think it's got to that stage. There's still too many veterans alive, and still the memory of it in their descendants. I think
I'm just saying it's because, we were. If you were 20 years old,
completely agree with Alex. Yeah.
I mean, what was it last year? How was it she described the dam busters? What was the word she used?
What was that?
Somebody in the chat will know. There was a reporter on the BBC, and they were reporting on the anniversary of the dam busters, and what was it they called them? The blip blip dam busters, and it made them sound like they were just nothing.
From America, yeah.
No, it was the BBC.
Yeah, I know. It totally ridiculous.
Oh, what was it she called?
I was trying to think.
But
the murders.
It was the day that essentially was the catalyst for freeing Europe from Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah. Darren Cook says they're doing a huge Operation Overlord SIG group build at the US.
Infamous.
Thank you. Thank you, Alex.
You refer to them as the infamous Dam Busters.
Well
So
done.
they've done something awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when the
And then
Japanese
the BBC apologised
bombed
because there was
Pearl
a massive
Harbor, that
backlash
was
against it.
infamous.
Yeah.
Infamous.
Yeah.
Infamous.
I believe a day that
But then
lived
again-
in infamy, correct?
Yes. So come on, man. Girl
But
parent.
then again, when they mention people like Bomber Harris has got a real shit name, or because of Dresden. That's the problem. What happened in Dresden?
Yeah. I think there was a fucking war going on at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like both sides hadn't bombed the bejesus out of each other. That's how war developed. You know,
I mean, the
French
U.S.
warfare was fucking awful.
Tokyo, the U.S. Tokyo bombing raids.
Yeah.
That killed.
More people died in the firestorms caused by B-29 conventional raids than they did in the nuclear bombs.
Yeah.
You know.
And the thing that people forget when they start slagging off Bomber Harris is the RAF were bombing tactically. They were bombing buildings, factories, airfields, and all that.
Yeah.
And then the Nazis came over and started bombing the shit out of London and Coventry and all that. So
Yeah,
they
well, not being front. True story. This. My cousin told me this when he was a little boy, because obviously they go and walk down the road and see my grandparents, and my grandfather told Timmy, "Don't go in the tree, go in the trees in the field in the wreck, because they dropped cluster bombs." Now they were cluster bombs were classified, above top secret then. My grandfather had the knowledge. He was high up in the RAF.
Oh wow!
Mm.
So the Germans were dropping cluster bombs.
I'll tell you a true story. In about 2017, I was working in Stuttgart. And I was with my boss, and we were walking through. We had a few beers, and I said, "What a beautiful city! It all looks so new." And he said, "It fucking is, you prick."
Because you bombed the shit out of it.
Yeah, I'll shut up.
I used to work for a company whose European headquarters was in Duisburg, which was the largest inland port in Germany. You can imagine that's mostly concrete.
Yeah.
All built post-war. There was the most boring looking, like 1930s warehouse on the side of the river, which is a preserved building because it was the only thing that survived.
Well, I've played tennis in prisoner of war camp in Dachau. I was told be careful on the grass because we don't know where there's all the tunnels underneath it.
Well, anyway, it's that
thing
time
is, you can't judge a prior conflict with current, glasses, because I mean, like cluster munitions, it's just like, yeah, you're not supposed to use cluster munitions now. Mines, gas. We don't use chemical weapons officially, because after World War I, everybody thought this is horrific. We shouldn't do this to each other, and we stopped. But you can't judge the Spartans on current woke ideologies because it was a different world, different time, different pressures. So I think it's ridiculous. Even changing box art, sanitizing box art so it doesn't show bombs or fires or anything. I think it's almost a 1984-esque way of changing history. We should be exposed to these things to stop them happening again.
Correct.
There's so many.
Absolutely.
There's so many things like on the Ukrainian conflict, right? About Americans who talking about, well, we can afford to send all this money to a foreign war, but we can't, support our own citizens. Okay, there's some economic and political truth in some of that, but if you don't pay attention to what's happening on the other side of the world, things tend to escalate. If you don't stop dictators in their tracks early on, they tend to escalate. It's happened several times. If you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it.
Yes.
Yeah. That said, I just finished watching World War II from the front lines. which is new on Netflix. If you're not watching it yet, go and watch that. It's very, very good.
I haven't got Netflix. I can't afford it, Moss. Can you get it for me?
Yeah, I'll give you my login.
The lead
mate.
is this really strong female of Asian descent who,
Yes. It sounds like a
who
Disney
identifies as a
Netflix
cat.
production.
Who have we lost tonight then? Who's left?
It was Lexi.
Oh, actually, was it? Brilliant. Well, gents, it's the very last episode of 2023.
Hang on, can we stick one more question in before I'll try and do it quick before we go. New Year's resolution in modelling.
Oh, good one.
Ooh.
Good one.
So I was thinking about this earlier, right? And because of course New Year's resolutions to be broken, so I'm going to try and make a clean model this year.
Go on.
Is that going to be the Land Rover? Is that going to be that series where Land Rover light purple shiny paint?
That's the one, yeah. Oh, that's
so
a
I
good idea.
know you say it tongue in cheek, but honestly, like my was to try to do more weathering because I don't weather anything for the most part. So that actually is what I'm trying to do this next year.
Yeah, I remember you said that last year. That's why I thought I'd ask the question.
Yeah.
My New Year's resolution for 24 is to finish my 32nd scale Lancaster, which I've only been working on for about 18 months.
Sorry, Nigel, did you say 2024 or 2034?
Oh,
Sorry, yeah, 44. Actually, seriously, my New Year's resolution, I am going to build that 48 scale Hanson.
What about the Titanic, Nigel? Did you finish that Titanic?
I was going to say the Titanic.
Did you finish the Titanic, Nigel? Did you finish the Titanic?
he hasn't
done the Titanic.
Hello. Come on, Nigel. I got invested in your channel because of that video.
Yeah. That outlaw paint looks great.
Look at that diversion tactic there. Bloody hell.
Oh, look, an aeroplane. Distract everybody, quick.
Oh, shiny.
How about you then, John Alec? What's your New Year's resolution? Go on.
It's all health related. So
yeah. Fair enough. James, what's your New Year's resolution for in scale modelling?
Build more
planes. Can it?
Build more planes.
Are you going to start NATO, James?
We'll see.
What about you, Alex? What's your New Year's resolution?
I'm going to try and build some dioramas in 2024. I haven't done any in 2023, and I think it's high time I actually got into doing them a bit more again.
I've never ever done one, ever.
Oh, you got to do one.
My
me neither. Nigel. No.
I'm going to do more weathering on my models as well, I think. So I've enjoyed doing some of it, and I've always been inspired, definitely. Right. Anyway, gents, thank you for watching this very last Airfix and Chill for 2023. Yeah. We'll be back in 2024 because going by my mathematics, I reckon that the Airfix release day will be January the 9th. Going by my math, I reckon it will be a Thursday, the 9th of January. I think I've put myself down as to book that day off. They've not announced it yet, but I mean, doing the maths, I did a funny little meme about it as well. I think it will be January the 9th.
Read his tea leaves.
Yeah, I think it'll be them.
Is that going to be the release of the 1/72 scale Berlin Camo Chieftain with a white, grey, and brown paint?
Yeah, that's what I think anyway. It'll be the 9th of January. So we'll probably be on before then, the 2nd of January. No, we won't. We'll be on again the 4th of January back. And then we'll have what will Airfix announce on that day? And then we'll have a live stream on the day when it happens. And then we'll have an Airfix and Chill in the evening. So it's a Tuesday. So yeah, it'll probably be around that sort of angle. And then we'll probably try and get Dale and Luke on the day as well while they do the announcement. You know, we'll talk over the announcement and be surprised, and then I'll be upset there'll be no Bearcat. So
Yeah.
same as every year.
Did you just say something about January the 4th?
January the 4th. I was thinking on the Wednesday. I was counting 3 days back. It's a Tuesday, isn't it? Not a
So
Thursday.
when are you going to do a live stream next?
The Monday.
New Year's Day?
No, week after New Year's
A
Day.
week
It'll be the 8th. It'll be the 8th. It'll be the 8th.
Cool.
Yeah. We won't do it over Christmas now. It'll be 2 weeks now. So there's so much going on in my life anyway. So
Merry Christmas, everyone.
But yeah, everyone, thanks for watching this year. Please subscribe to everyone here on the panel, and give their videos a watch and a like if you can. Help it. And anyways, chaps, have a good Christmas. Thank you all for joining us for Airfix and Chill 23. See you soon. Bless you all. Cheers, bye bye.